What's up, guys? Welcome back to GoHamDiscGolf. I'm Big John. And before I get into this video, I want to apologize. I know that this video is probably going to have like a yellow overtone to it, and that's because I'm shooting later in the day and I don't have any natural light, and I haven't yet figured out how to reproduce natural light or white light, at the end of the day. But let's jump straight into this, guys. This is this Week in Disc Golf, where I talk about all the stuff that's been happening over the last week and the stuff we can look forward to next week, and anything else in the disc golf community or news that you guys might find interesting or that I found interesting. So let's jump straight into the news directly about the PDGA, and I'll start off with the tournaments. Last week we had a really big tournament. It was an 8-tier tournament, and that was the Gentlemen's Club Challenge. We had just about every big name in professional disc golf that you could think of was at this tournament. And Dave Feldberg took first place. And I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure that this is the first tournament, first actual sanctioned tournament that Dave Feldberg has played since being a sponsor, since being sponsored by Latitude 64. And one of the things he said about it was that one of the reasons he feels that he did so well in the tournament is because of the trident from Latitude 64. So if you haven't thrown a trident, I've actually never thrown one, but that's given me a good reason to go and check it out. I might get one, do a review, and might do a giveaway. So if anybody out there plays and throws a trident, let me know. Tell me what you think about it. Other notable mentions that were at that tournament were Will Schustrick. He took second place, and third place was Nico LaCastro, and which is nice to see because it seemed like at the end of 2012 Nico was kind of falling off a little bit. Hopefully he's gets back to where he was before, because Nico LaCastro, I don't know about you guys, but I've always looked up to him, and I know a lot of people do too. Now, the big tournament that's coming up this weekend is the Memorial Championship, and that's in Arizona. Just like the Gentlemen's Club Challenge, just about every big name you can think of in the professional disc golf community is going to be at this tournament. So if anybody's going to be out there playing in that tournament, if you're going to be just in the area, if you live in Arizona, you're going to go and spectate, let me know, because just like all the other tournaments in the world, if you could get some footage of it, some pictures, if you want to just tell me your thoughts on it, let me know, because I would love to feature that in a video. In other news, DGA has announced a new disc, and it's an overstable mid-range disc, and it's called the Breaker. I don't know anybody that's thrown it yet. I don't know anybody that's gotten their hands on it yet, but when it does come out, I do plan to get a hold of it and do a full review for you guys. Along with new discs that are coming out soon, MVP also announced another disc. For a long time, there hasn't really been an understable mid-range in the MVP lineup, so they're coming out with the Tangent. So if anybody out there loves MVP, and I do love MVP, I do carry a lot of their discs in my bag, the staples of my bag. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Hope you guys are too. Now, I did talk about Dave Feldberg a little bit. I want to go back to that. Recently, Dave Feldberg resigned from the board of directors on the PDGA. He's been a member of that board for a very long time. And he said that he stepped down for personal reasons, but then he also went on to say that he's got this new sponsor in Latitude 64, and he wants to focus pretty much all of his time and effort into working with them and improving for the following season. So we'll see how that goes for Dave Feldberg. And the last thing that I want to mention that has to do directly with the PDGA is that player ratings were updated today, February 26th. So if you're a member of the PDGA and you want to see how you did, how you compared to other people, or if your rating went up or it went down, make sure you check it out, because those ratings went out today. Now, in other news around the disc golf community, Infinite Discs asked a question a while back about who makes the best fairway drivers. Now, this question it meant something to me, because I love fairway drivers. Yeah, distance drivers are great because you can see how far you can throw and you can really shape a lot of stuff with them. And then mid-ranges are great because they're all about finesse, for me at least. They're all about making things do exactly what you want them to do. And then, to bridge that gap, fairway drivers fit in there really well for me. I love fairway drivers. If a new fairway driver comes out, you can bet that I'm going to have my hands on it and I'm going to see how it does. But they asked this question, and then people could go to their website and vote, and the results came in. It looks like the majority of the people that voted think that Latitude 64 has the best fairway drivers. And I can concur with that. The River is an amazing disc. I absolutely love the River. It's only beat out, in my opinion, by the Volt. But the River is a great disc, so I can see why a lot of people would say that. Now, next up was Innova. A lot of people love the T-Bird. The T-Bird has been a fairway driver that's a staple through a lot of people's bags for a very long time, for years. So it's no surprise that Innova would be on that list. And then third was Discraft. A lot of people love Discraft. I love Discraft. It's no surprise that Discraft was also on that list. Now, speaking of Discraft, last week, I think it was, either last week or the week before, they announced 4 new releases. And those were, number 1, the Zombie, which was the Ace Race disc from 2012. It's kind of like a mix between a Buzz and a Stalker. Personally, I don't care for the disc, but a lot of people do. Well, it was already PDGA approved, but now it's going into actual production. It's going to have the Zombie stamp on it, all that good stuff. You'll be able to find it in your retailers everywhere. The next 2 are really important to me. When I first started this channel, the first disc that I talked about was the Nuke SS. I love the Nuke SS. It's still a disc that stays in my bag. I don't use it for the same things anymore, but I don't feel like I could live without it. And the next 2 releases that Discraft talked about was a titanium Nuke SS and a glow Nuke SS. So I love seeing discs that I carry a lot in new plastics, and I can't wait to get one, especially in titanium. Who out there thinks that I should be my signature disc? Just kidding, guys, I'm not that good. And the last one that they announced was the 10th anniversary Buzz. This Buzz is going to have the same original stamp from when the Buzz first came out. It's going to have the Wasp tooling on the outside. It's going to have everything great that people loved about the original Buzz. So that's the 4 new releases from Discraft. If any of those discs are stuff that you love, make sure you check them out, guys. And then I want to mention All Things Disc Golf. They recently did a review of the Shock, of the MVP Shock. It's the overstable complement to the Volt. And go ahead and check out All Things Disc Golf. Check out their review right now, because that review was very in-depth. It made a lot of sense, and it really, showed what the Shock could do. The Shock is something that I've picked up for myself. I do keep it in my bag now. I actually carry the Shock, the Volt, and the Amp now. Those are not leaving my bag in any time soon, as far as I can tell, unless something just blows me away. But definitely check out All Things Disc Golf and check out their current review. Alright, next up is my favorite part of the This Week in Disc Golf series, and that's the news that you guys brought to me. The viewers of GoHamDiscGolf, you guys that subscribe, and members of the Bacon Nation. James Wright wanted me to mention the Grip and Rip Presents Spring Series number 1 in Jasper, Alabama. James, you didn't say if you were playing in this tournament, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you are. Good luck in the tournament, man. If you can get some pictures out there, that'd be great. I'll throw them in a video somewhere and you can check them out. You guys might remember a few weeks back I talked about Phil Hendrickson. He mentioned that he was going to have an indoor tournament, actually disc golf tournament, inside the library of his college. And they were really looking forward to that. Well, he came up with he told me about an update, and I want to share it with you guys real quick. They had an indoor disc golf tournament inside the library of Concordia University in Nebraska. There were 52 players, and they raised over $550 to help fight malaria in Africa. So thank you to Phil for sharing that with us, but also a big thank you to Phil and everybody out there that attended that tournament, because it shows that, and I've said this before, that disc golf isn't just a bunch of hippies throwing frisbee and smoking pot. But it's also about a bunch of guys trying to make a difference. And the more positive things that happen with disc golf, just like what Phil Hendrickson did, and with the people that were in that tournament, the more stuff like that happens, the better disc golf looks in general. But we're also making a difference outside the disc golf community. Raising money to help fight malaria in Africa is a great cause, and even if it wasn't disc golf, I would be 100% behind it all the way. So if anybody out there is also doing a tournament like this, or if you're involved in something like an ice bowl where you raise money for local charities, let me know, because I love to talk about that kind of stuff. Those are the kind of things involving disc golf that deserve exposure. So let me know about them, guys. Now, Ron Pearson put on Facebook, he said the weather's been really crappy in South Afghanistan. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Let us know exactly what you mean by too crappy, because I don't think too many of us have been to Afghanistan, and we don't know exactly what you might mean by crappy weather. I'm going to go ahead and assume that you don't mean it's snowing really crazy right now. But nevertheless, I hope the weather sticks up for you soon, man, because I don't know about you, but I can't stay too long without playing some disc golf. Morgan Kelly, a long-time subscriber to GoHamDiscGolf. Thank you to Morgan. You've been going ham with me for a while now. You wanted me to give you an update on Battle of the Mid-Ranges. Dude, as I'm filming this, a blizzard has started outside. There's about a foot of snow on the ground right now. We're expecting 5 more inches tonight. As soon as that snow is gone, I'm going to be filming as many Battle of the Mid-Ranges videos as possible. If I could finish Battle of the Mid-Ranges by March, that is the plan right now. I just need the snow to be gone. There is no point to me running out there and throwing, multiple shots per hole continuously with the same discs in a foot and a half of snow, because that would just kill the whole purpose. So Battle of the Mid-Ranges, definitely still going. I just need this snow to be gone so I can actually make it worth it to do it. Don't worry, Morgan and everybody else, Battle of the Mid-Ranges is still going. Before I move on to the news having to do with GoHam Disc Golf, I just want to mention that if anybody put something on Facebook or the GoHam Disc Golf forums, or you sent me an email about news for this week and I haven't mentioned it, it's probably just because I ended up filming the video before you posted it there. So I'm sorry about that, but I'll make sure to work it into next week's video. So don't feel bad if I missed you. It's just going to be delayed a week. So I'm sorry if I missed you. Alright, so GoHam Disc Golf news. I have a bunch more giveaway announcements to do to announce the winners. And that's going to be starting tomorrow with the two Gateway SSS Wizards. So look forward to that, guys. And I think that the next 3 or 4 videos that you see are going to be winner announcements. So make sure you stay tuned to this channel to see if you actually won anything. And one of those giveaways is for the Fade Third Leg Stool presented by Airplay Sports. So stay tuned and see if you won one of those. Now, on the same line as giveaways, I passed 950 subscribers a few days ago. And I've been telling you guys for a while now that once I get to 1,000 subscribers that I'm going to give away a portable basket. Well, I have the basket. It's ready to go. It's actually sitting in my basement right now, all set up. I've been practicing putting on it. But, you know, as soon as we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving that sucker away. So if you know anybody that hasn't subscribed to GoHam Disc Golf yet and hasn't checked out the videos, make sure you let them know, because as soon as we get to 1,000, that giveaway is going to happen. The last thing I want to mention is that GoHam Disc Golf has hit a milestone. The channel's been going for, I think, a little over 3 months, maybe a little over 4 months. And we just recently hit 50,000 views. So that's a big milestone for me. I never thought the channel was going to get that big. I never thought I was going to be this close to 1,000 subscribers, let alone 500,000 views on my videos. So thank you to you guys. As always, I would not continue doing these videos if you guys weren't there watching them and telling me what you thought. And, you know, just the little stuff helps. The favorites, the likes, the shares, all that stuff. Keep on going ham with me, guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow with the giveaway video announcing the winner. Don't forget to go ham.